Would you like to better understand your merchant account? Do you have questions about your rates and monthly fees? If this is you, this video will explain how it all works. Our goal is to help you better understand the basics so you can make the most informed decision as we provide you with pricing options with Swipe Fast. Within the next few minutes, we'll discuss the transaction cycle and how it works from the customer to the merchant. We will discuss interchange and its role in the process. Let's take a look at the transaction cycle. First, the customer presents a card to the merchant for purchase of goods or services. After the card is swiped or entered into the point of sale terminal, the processor sends out the authorization through the payment processing network. The issuing bank approves or declines the transaction based on funds availability. The transaction is then passed through the electronic networks by the processor, and the approval code is delivered to the point of sale terminal at the merchant location. The issuing bank then sends the money to the processing company to cover the costs for the purchase that was made. This whole process is completed in just a matter of seconds. At the end of the day, the merchant will send out all of their transactions to the processor, which is called a batch. Most batches can be deposited into the merchant's business account as soon as the next day. The last step in the process is for the issuing bank to send the cardholder a bill for the purchase. What is interchange and what role does it play? Interchange is scheduled fees that determine the price for all credit card transactions. There are many interchange levels, and each consists of a set of qualification requirements that must be met in order for a transaction to fall into a certain category. The two qualification requirements are: number one, how the payment is accepted. For example, a customer can pay face-to-face or over the phone and online. The second is the type of card that is used, such as a consumer credit, debit card, or a business card, for example. The card rate categories are set by Visa and MasterCard, and the interchange schedule fees are published and could change 2 times per year. Understanding this is important because if changes are made throughout the year, it could affect the cost of your merchant processing account. Dues, assessments, and interchange costs are paid to the card networks and are the same for every business type. These fees are non-negotiable, and all merchants pay the same amount. This includes merchants that process millions of dollars annually to the smaller businesses that has seasonal cash flow. So now we know that dues and assessments are included since we understand that they are the same for everyone. For the merchant, negotiations for pricing can be held on the cost that the processor will charge the merchant for processing payments. Let's look at an example. We have a transaction at $100 and interchange level of 1.65% and 10 cents per transaction. The merchant is being charged an additional 20 basis points for processor cost. The total interchange would cost the merchant 1.65% plus 10 cents for the transaction, equaling $1.75. The 20 basis points would then be added to the $1.75 for the processor cost, totaling a cost to the merchant of $1.95. To better understand the processor costs within interchange pricing, they are collected for the purpose of paying network fees and other general business costs, such as administrative expenses associated with account servicing, application approval, and costs related to licensing and electronic payment networks. For each transaction, this same calculation is done, depending on the pricing model that you're currently paying. Hey, I want to thank you for your time, and our hope is that this video helped you better understand pricing and the transaction cycle. Here at SwipeFast, we want to provide pricing that is cost-effective for your business and easy to understand. If you would like to contact us about a pricing analysis, please call us at 800-597-0713 or visit us at our website, www.swipefast.com. Be sure to ask us about our revolutionary pricing model, Cash Discount, which enables merchants to save up to 95% of their processing costs. We look forward to partnering with you to achieve your business financial goals.